It was the Moskva River that gave its name to the city built on its banks in the 12th century. Today the river offers some of the most scenic views of Moscow, capturing the history and modernity of the Russian capital. Passenger boats are one of the most pleasant ways of discovering Moscow's landmarks, when the weather's good. The Kremlin, the main seat of political power, is a fortified complex at the heart of Moscow, which overlooks the river. It's an unavoidable attraction for anyone visiting the city centre. Golden domes of Orthodox Christian cathedrals are another iconic landmark, with some of the most important religious sites located by the river's shores. Novodevichy Convent, one of Moscow's World Heritage Sites, remains virtually unchanged since the 17th century. In the Soviet era, the monastery buildings were turned into apartments and museums, but in the 1990s, nuns returned to the convent and religious services resumed.
After decades of very difficult years for our country, there came a time when the Russian people got an opportunity to rethink their whole life, to look back into their history, to draw the appropriate conclusions and start praying to God once again.
The convent, open to visitors, is a peaceful retreat away from the bustling city and a place to find some of the restored religious art. A hill over the river is crowned with a massive main building of Moscow State University. Russia's best-known academic center brings in tens of thousands of students from many countries. Built as part of Joseph Lenin's large-scale efforts to modernize the city, the Moscow University is one of 7 neoclassical skyscrapers scattered throughout the capital. Another example of this distinctive style is the historic Hotel Ukraina, now owned by a luxury hotel chain. The hotel has preserved its famous art collection, more than 1,000 original paintings by the most prominent Soviet artists from the first half of the 20th century, as well as a unique diorama of Moscow created in 1977. The taste for cultural heritage can be felt everywhere around the city. Some of the best restaurants serve traditional dishes of Russian cuisine with its generous helpings of fish, poultry, game, mushrooms, berries and honey. The largest green oasis in the busy metropolitan, the Gorky Park, recently went through a major transformation to become a top hangout destination for Moscow's youth. During the post-Soviet era, the park used to host noisy fun fairs, cheap attractions and a Ferris wheel, but now they've been replaced with yoga classes, a bowling cafe and an open-air cinema.
Before, all you could do was just ride the rides, eat candy floss and popcorn, and that's all. Now this park is totally different. It has a rich cultural program that brings a completely different public.
In the Russian Life series, we've explored some of the most amazing sights across the world's biggest country, from Kamchatka to Kaliningrad. If you've missed our trips to the North Caucasus, Altai and other Russian regions, you can catch up on our website.